Welcome to your monthly focus, February 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Now, February 2020 carries a 6 energy with it, so we will be looking at our routines, our health and well-being collectively. Also, 6 is the universal number for love. So we'll be growing relationships, falling in love with things, following our passions, stepping into our passions, our love for ourselves, for other people, for the things that we want in our life. Absolutely. Some of the things that will be happening for the month of February when we look at the astrology, Mercury. Well, we start off with the sun in Aquarius. So we're looking for the unique, the different, the new, the original, and how to bring that into our lives in one way or another. We'll find out as we hit the cards. Mercury goes into Pisces on February, I think the 3rd, followed by Venus moving into Aries. So Mercury going into Pisces, it's kind of we can kind of get dreamy in our talk, in what we want. It's a beautiful time to have that conversation with yourself of seeing the potential of your tomorrow and where you can grow it. It can bring magic to our words, almost a spirituality in our flow of how we talk, of what we do in order to go forward. So we could be a little bit more creative with our dream, our desires. Venus going into Aries, it wants love, it wants it now, it wants it exciting, it wants it new. We're kind of the warrior in love. We want to change it and make it sparkle, and it's like new love, new beginnings, new starts. So we're looking for the new experiences. We're looking to be wowed, to be swept off our feet. And so we also need to look at how to sweep somebody off their feet and show them love as well. We have the full moon then in Leo at 20 degrees. I believe our full moon for our eclipse, our lunar eclipse, was at 20 degrees as well. So there's a pattern here that we have to pay attention to, that it really attaches to that energy. So if you need to review that video of the lunar eclipse, then by all means, please go back. I think January the 10th. That doesn't sound right. Maybe. Around January the 10th, look for one of my videos, scroll through the specials perhaps, and you'll be able to visit back to that energy and how it portrays in this energy going forward, how we are growing, stepping into that energy at a different level. Mars, I believe, then moves into Capricorn. So when Mars moves into Capricorn, we become a little bit more strategic. We want to do the steps. We want to follow through. We want to have the order. We want to be successful the first time around. Then we'll have Mercury going retrograde, although from the beginning of February all to this point of February 16th, we will be in shadow. So we will be revisiting this part of our walk with Mercury during this time, and coming back stronger and more knowledgeable than ever before. The sun will then move into Pisces, so happy birthday, Pisces. I think right after that, shortly after that, we've got Saturn and Neptune talking together in a very harmonious way. So the dreams, be careful not to get caught up in the illusions. We want the expansion of our dreams, of our spirituality. It will all be exploding inside of us. So it'll be a very magical, spiritual time for us. And then we will enter the new moon in Pisces at 4 degrees. And if you remember way back in December 26th, when we had the solar eclipse, it was at 4 degrees. Our last new moon was at 4 degrees. And now here we are with this moon at 4 degrees on February the 23rd. And I believe believe that is an 11 energy with the numerology. So before we get any further and we turn to the cards, remember, I do love you. Welcome, Sagittarius. Let's get right to the cards, shall we? Let's cut them here. That was kind of a weird cut. Okay. First card out of the deck for you for the month of February is, look at this, the Emperor. Oh my goodness. It's all about the strategy. It's all about the plan. If you ever, ever, ever in your life decided to just take a piece of paper and a pencil, put that pen to paper, that pencil to paper, and write out the strategy of what you want, of where you want to go, of how you're going to obtain it, this is the month for you. And it's more than that even. It's finding a mentor. It is discipline. It is about following your intuition. It's about tapping into your sage wisdom. It's about believing that you can and will have exactly what you are asking to come into your life through hard work, through a strategy, or maybe not even hard work. The Emperor makes everybody else actually work for him. He does very little of the work himself. He oversees it. But unfortunately, we don't have a bunch of people working with us, chances are. So we're all parts, aren't we? So we make the plan, but then we, under different energies, start to incorporate it. This is about making the plan. This is about making the strategy. This is about understanding, believing that what you put down on paper will manifest, so long as you stick to the plan, stick to the strategy. We have the Page of Pentacles. Oh, dream big, dream bigger than big. Okay, the only ceiling, the only glass ceiling is the one you put in place. The only limits are the ones that you allow in your dream, in your vision of your tomorrow. This is a month where new beginnings for more money, or it could be love. Absolutely could be love. But chances are growing your finances, growing your abundance. It might not be finances. It might be growing your time. It might be growing your energy in some way. Okay, or you changed your diet and you just feel like a new person kind of thing. You have more energy, or you're getting a good night's sleep every night all of a sudden. Different little things can raise our energy. We start to incorporate a 5-minute walk into, a brisk walk. 5-minute brisk walk for ourselves each and every day. Get our blood pumping. This is about new beginnings. This is about a passion, perhaps, of yours. But definitely it's going to take some courage to really step into it. And maybe because you grew it so big, it's like, whoa, I don't know if I can do that. You can do that. You are the Emperor this month. So when you see something and you think it's impossible, look at it from a different angle. Ask some questions. Go out and research it a little bit in order to really have the sage wisdom to really outline for yourself a beautiful tomorrow. And the Judgment card, it's time to make a decision. Now, with the Judgment card, a lot of the work that you have done up to this point is going to start to pay off for you. Okay, maybe you'll be recognized at work, or maybe that person whose eye you've been trying to catch, you caught it. It could be about stepping into something new that you want to step into, that you've been preparing yourself to step into, that you've been growing yourself to step into, and now it's time to make the decision to step into it. But there's also a little bit of recognition or knowledge of, it might be an invitation into something rather than you going in search of it. By making the decision that, yes, I want to do this, all of a sudden the invitation appears to you, or you see the ad. And why would you even be looking there? But you are, and you see the ad, or you, through word of mouth, you hear of an opening or a chance to whatever that opportunity, whatever that journey, whatever that want is. Absolutely. We have the Hermit. The Hermit is very much about understanding the here and now and feeling the balance of the here and now, and then really seeing how you can go forward, where you want to go next, what you want to. Yeah, I see you sticking the flag into the moon. So, where do you want to go next? Where do you want to mark your spot? Claim it as your own, and then build the strategy. Build the strategy. It's all about building the strategy this month for you. It absolutely is. In all areas of life at this point. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Whatever this is for you, you have been focusing on it. You have been tending the garden. And maybe some weeds got, a little more overgrown than you wanted. Maybe something like a hailstorm came out of nowhere and damaged your plant there, your seed that you planted. But you still keep the focus on it, and you're still trying to make it as best as you can, and grow it as best as you can, and be as best as you can. So keep on doing what you're doing, because look at the fruition that is starting to appear. So you're going to see the first hints that you can go in this direction, that you can maybe perhaps make the impossible possible, that you can step into the adventure of it through a plan, a strategy. We're right back to that again. The Emperor is the highest intuitive in the deck, one of them, and one of the highest diplomats in the deck. So you really have to think things through. You really have to stay grounded this month to really tap into that energy and really make it as profound as it can be in your life. We have the Strength card. So you do have the strength. You are walking with integrity. You are gaining the respect of others. You are taking it step by step. You're taking your time. You're not trying to rush things. You're taking it one day at a time, one moment at a time, in order to reach that plateau of greatness. So there is a walk included with the Strength card. There is an action. There is something that you must do. And you've got to put it in order to gain the respect and gain the integrity, gain the forward motion. You have to do the work. The Tower card. Oh my. You're not the only ones to get the Tower card. I can't remember who else got the Tower card. Not in this position. This position says what you don't pay attention to this month, it will. The universe, God, your angels, your spirit guides will definitely make sure that you are in the right position for the path that you want to walk. And so things may come to push and shove in your life where you have no choice but to address it. So it's something that maybe you've been ignoring for a while, something that you've been putting off, something where you've been turning a blind eye to it. It's going to be in front of your face, because you need to tear down those walls, or you need healing, or you need a belief in yourself that you haven't had up till now, or bring out a courage or a desire or a want, a hunger perhaps. So life situations could change in order for that to happen in your life. So know that whatever is happening in your life this month, it is moving you to a greater good. I mean, you have fabulous cards here. So I only see it putting you in a very beautiful spot down the road, but you may not feel it at the time, especially if you've ignored it through most of the month. Okay, if you've ignored it through most of the month, then towards the end of the month, some radical things may happen in order to say, hey, we haven't dealt with this and we need to. So what are we doing? There's only one way, and that's forward. So how are we moving forward through this? How are we breaking free from something? How are we allowing ourselves to heal from something? How are we allowing that closure to come in so that we can actually go forward? And it may just be a thought process. Somebody may have told you that you weren't good enough or weren't special enough, or you were, what makes you so special? What makes you so different? Why do you think you can be that when, everybody else isn't? And kind of pushing you down into a conformity that you have believed and you have conformed. And I think this energy says, if you don't see it, we're going to make you see it. We're going to make you see how wonderful you are, how talented you are, how courageous you are. And how you can make the impossible possible. So start this month, maybe journal every day, things that can move you forward and how you're going to apply them maybe. Or maybe, it's about strategy. It's about making the strategy. Even if it's a couple bullet points, it's at least a strategy. It's something to go by. Okay. And the more that you can build that strategy, the more success that you will have going forward. We have the Ace of Cups. Now, this is work, career. This is what defines you as a person. This is what people, when they talk about you, this is how they describe you. They work down at, this place, or, they're always helping out in the community when they do that marathon, or when they have that big bake sale, or, it's the work you do within the community. It's your work. It's your career. It's your job, perhaps. It's your hobbies that could potentially be your next career. This is about new beginnings, new things coming in, new journeys to go on. Absolutely. New opportunities presenting themselves, new passions and desires emerging because you started making a strategy and you go, oh, but I want this too. And now you got to work that in. Because you're starting to allow yourself to dream. You're starting to allow yourself to express yourself in a way that is you, but it's also the beauty of who you are. It's about having fun and joy and allowing your creativity to flow while you're making money, or while you're building your integrity or your stature within the community, while you're building you into who you are and what you stand for. There's this magic or this beauty that can come in this month. Most definitely. And it probably has something to do with past work. It's probably some kind of gift or reward, seemingly from an external force, but it's, God, your angels, your spirit guides opening up that doorway for you in some way, by you making the decision, by you saying, yes, I'm in it 110%. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be successful at it. And now what do I need to do? Where do I need to strategize? Where do I need to grow that dream? We have the devil for relationships. Oh my. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. But I think it's good. I think you're being reborn when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, when it comes to romance. If you've been out of a relationship for any length of time, this is a time when you most definitely will meet somebody on a higher vibration than you've ever met before. They're going to match your vibration now. They're going to maybe raise your vibration even more. Will this be long term? Will this be short term? I'm not sure. So enjoy it. Go with the flow. Take it day by day and have fun with it. For relationships that are already in existence, I think you want to bring out the fun side, or the creative side, or the romantic side, the sensual side, the compassionate side of the relationship. I think you want a softer, more lovable tone within each of your relationships, whether it's a best friend, a parent, a child, with somebody close to you. a lover, a best friend. And you're like, no, this is who I want to be. I want to go out and I want to have some fun. I want to um, read poetry to each other. I want to take short walks. I want to go to the gym and work out and yeah, let's do it. And just feel good about ourselves and how we are evolving or transforming together. Or, it's those kinds of things where your happiness, your joy, where you find pleasure, becomes the center point. And many times Sages give up what they really enjoy in order to make the other person happy, right? They want to do that, and they were happy, and because they had a smile on their face, I had a smile on my face. And maybe it wasn't something I really wanted to do, but we had a lot of fun doing it. And that's usually how the Sages come around with their optimistic view of why they gave up what they wanted to do. But this month is about you. Okay, so embrace it, grab hold of it, own it. The more you allow that inner expression of love, the true inner expression of love and happiness and joy, the more it will be attracted to you this month. The more the opportunity for more love and happiness and joy will come into play. And you're evolving here. And you're letting go of maybe a toxic relationship or some relationship that just doesn't serve you anymore or that drags you down, right? That doesn't match your energy. So if you're very giving and loving and you always want to pay for dinner and stuff, and the other person is kind of, well, we'll just split the bill so that they're not obligated to buy next time either. That kind of energy is clashing with you, okay? And you might just be that Sag that says, oh, it's okay, I'll buy it, don't worry about it, put your money away, we're fine. Even when you can't afford it, sometimes you'll do that too, right? To make the other person happy. And it's not about your happiness usually. It's about everybody else's happiness. And the devil here is saying, oh no, it's time to transform. It's time to put you number one. If not for ever, which should be, at least this month. And let go of those toxic relationships. Let go of those relationships that wear you down, or those groups of people even that weigh you down. And get around some people that are going to make you want to dance and shout and laugh and play and skip down the sidewalk. And you'll get more creative. You'll have more energy. And it's a win-win for everybody involved. So I think the devil is there to tell you that the relationships that aren't working, maybe you just need to take a time out. Maybe you need to put some distance. Maybe there's some healing that needs to go in. Maybe there needs to be a conversation because you never let them know up till this point. Okay, so it's really something that you have to deal with more than them changing their perspective of the relationship. You have to now be a voice for yourself. We have the High Priestess. Oh my goodness. Your psychic ability is over the roof when this card comes out in this placement. Seeing the magic within. This is truly understanding your own magic this month. Whether you find it through meditation or contemplation or prayer, or you just get out there and you start to allow yourself to paint or dance or sing or laugh. And it will open up a whole new world for you. Absolutely it will. And actually I'm laying this down in between the Tower and the Hermit. What strong cards you have here? Do we have any small cards, for goodness sakes? So we got the Hermit, the High Priestess, and the Tower. The High Priestess is sitting on top of both of those cards. So the Hermit The hermit energy that we talked about going within, taking stock of what you have now, seeing the vision of your tomorrow, obviously working on a strategy to do that. The more you see your own potential, the more you see your own potential and worth and deservingness of the opportunity or the abundance, the love, the finances, whatever it may be for you, you have to tear down some old walls. Or I think even if you don't tear down the walls, God, your angels, your spirit guides, the universe is going to come in and tear those walls down for you and show you just how magnificent you are. So be prepared to be amazed at yourself at something this month, if you're not willing to do the work yourself. But it's usually easier if you do the work yourself, you know? So we have the King of Swords. It's very much about you having a harmony and a balance in your own environment, doing what's right for you because you feel it's right for you, not going by, you want to start eating couscous and the other person that you're with just wants to eat steaks and baked potatoes. You have to make a decision whether or not you're going to continue to join them or cook for yourself. You really have to stand in your truth here. That's why you have that sword. You're kind of cutting out the things that do not belong in your life. This is home and family well-being. So take a look at your environment in your living area. I would say this is a time when you are just going to say this goes, this goes, this goes, this stays, and this is coming in. And it could be your health and well-being. It could be in your environment. Now, a lot of people work just as many hours as they're at home, it seems. So if your work environment, if you have a personal space, definitely look at that. And how does it motivate you? How does it raise your energy? Does it leave you feeling in balance or in chaos? Does it bring in harmony? Does it invite warmth and joy? So these are the kind of things you want to look at throughout the month of February. You really have an exciting month for you if you use the energy and make that plan, make that strategy. I'm telling you, it's probably one of the most important things you'll do for yourself this entire year is making the strategy for your walk for the rest of the year. Absolutely. Yeah, we just had the Chinese New Year, so say you're making some New Year's resolutions for yourself. Your full moon is in adventure for you. Travel, study. If there's anything that you want to learn, definitely anywhere you want to travel. It's all beautiful energy. Full moon energy is about releasing something, maybe to allow you to step into those journeys, maybe allow you to step into an education of your choice, or closing a door on some of that stuff. Now you're making a home for yourself. It could very well be just the flip side, yeah. But I'm thinking more of you are looking towards the adventure, learning experiences, growing your sage wisdom, growing your knowledge. And the new moon is the four energy, so that's about building your security, your safety. It is about home and family as well, so it could definitely, you could have some new ideas for your home and what you want to incorporate into home and family. But I think it's more about the balance and believing in yourself. For goodness sakes, the high priestess there just stands out to me so much of you've got this. You are deserving of it. And it's time for you to step up and say, I'm number one this month. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.